about everyone else?
Sonny, how do you describe the process of telling everybody what you do well? What do you do?
I think it starts with being a versatile linebacker. I think I can play the Mike, Will, Sam. I think I can do all three at a high level. I think I'm a very athletic player, and I think that shows up in my game. I think I showed this last year that I was able to be like a true Mike. I think I showed I can stop the run, show some physicality this year. I think in the upside of it, I think I can be a lot more effective in zone coverage as I keep working that part of my game. I think I've shown I can feel routes and things like that. But not a lot of ball disruption, especially this past year. And I think with my athleticism, as I keep working on that, I should be a real threat in zone drops.
Sonny, if there was one or two favorite plays from your college career, what would they be and why? Like plays that stand out, plays you want to show NFL teams.
I think especially with not rushing this past year, one of my favorite plays from 24. We got a chance to rush the edge against Texas, got a strip sack. I would show that play just to show, despite me not rushing the passer this past year, there is some upside there. Obviously, with the way our team was this year, that wasn't my role. But just to be able to show there was some upside there.
What about a linebacker play?
Linebacker play? Probably I would go the jet sweep versus Miami. I think the key part of being a great linebacker, especially in the NFL, is being able to watch film, be able to anticipate what's coming, and that's what happened for me right there. And I saw it in the film room, came to the field, and made a good play.
Sonny, you met 2 nights ago with the Broncos. How did that go, and what do you get out of those type of?
It was awesome. Coach Payton was awesome, so it's good to be with him. I just love being there talking ball. So you turn the film on. Sometimes they break down some of their plays, things like that. Break down your plays. So it's awesome. You just got to go in there and be yourself. It's a good time.
Sonny, what do you think helps you the most from making the adjustment from safety to linebacker?
I think having a great linebacker coach and Coach Laurinaitis. He played the game, was one of the greats in the game. So having him in the room was awesome. So much information, so much knowledge. And I think the biggest thing is he gave me confidence. When I first switched from safety to linebacker, Coach Laurinaitis sent me a text. He said, "Hey man, you're gonna be a first-round linebacker." And he kind of sent me that text before I technically believed it. So for him to have that belief in me, it meant a lot.
Sonny, so like you said, you started, you went to Ohio State to be a safety. Now that you're going to be most likely a first-round linebacker, can you kind of reflect on making the switch from safety to linebacker?
Yeah, obviously I kind of look back on it. I remember when I made the decision going into my spring of my junior year. I'm glad I did it. At the time I was doing it, I was trying to help the team. Felt like that was the best spot for us to win. And I felt like it was a spot I could do well at, but most importantly, help the team. So in the long run, it worked out, and I'm glad it did.
Sonny, when you're watching film, what's your biggest critique of yourself?
I tell every team this, my pad level. I think me being a taller linebacker, when you turn the film on, certain plays, good or bad, you can see my pad starting to rise a little high. So it's something I'm always have to be conscious and aware of. And I know it shows up when I'm watching.
Sonny, coaches talk so much about love of the game. What is it about the game that you love?
Oh man, I've been playing since I was 4 years old. I just love to compete. For one, that's the most fun part. Two, I would say the brotherhood. Being on a football team, especially when you get to college, there's 100 guys. And all those guys become your brothers, and being able to go through the off season, you guys laid on the line together, do this hard training, then you get to the season, and the trust is just there. So that part of it, I would say competitiveness and then brotherhood.
Sonny, have you met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers during this process?
I meet with them today.
Do you know if it's formal or informal?
Formal.
How cool would it be to play for the Bucs in that defense and reunite with Mecca Buka on the offensive side?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. They're a great team. Coach Bowles is awesome. I actually met him in recruiting when his son was getting recruited to come to Ohio State. He's a great man, so I'm excited to talk to them.
Do you recall that meeting, during the recruiting?
What was that?
Do you recall how the meeting went during the recruiting?
I don't recall how it went. It was just cool. At the time, I believe he was defensive coordinator. I just remember he was a good man. His son was very nice too. I liked him as well.
Sonny, when you think back on your time at Ohio State, just what are your favorite memories? What are the biggest things that your time at Ohio State means to you?
Yeah, obviously the favorite one is winning the national championship. Besides that, there's just so many great memories, good or bad. bus rides home, plane rides home, early morning workouts. There's just a multitude of things that I can remember, but honestly, just enjoying the time I had with my brothers there.
What kind of legacy do you feel like you left at Ohio State?
I think that most importantly, at least what's most important to me, is the kind of person I was. I always treated people the right way. I felt like I was a good teammate. I was a guy you could talk to. I felt like from the coach's perspective, I was a guy who was consistent and reliable. But most importantly, I'm happy about the way, when I come back in a few years, whatever it may be, I think people are going to remember the way I treated them.
And when Sonny, you and Arvell were an amazing duo, linebacker duo this year. Do you think that y'all two are one of the best linebacker duos to ever do it in college football history?
I'm not really sure. I think we're a really good duo. I'm not really going to try and rank it or anything like that. So there's a lot of great duos that played in college football, but I definitely think we'll probably call us one of the best. But
when you look back on your college career, what will stand out about your time with the Braves?
Man, it's just special. You don't really get to do that at a high level. Having them out there was awesome. It's just a little different having your actual blood brother out there. I know we don't call each other brothers out there, but being out there with them, you have a good play, you have a bad play, and being able to experience that together, it was special.
Your eyes locked, and he looks at you or you look at him, and there's something about that, right?
Yeah, I remember he had a play. I don't remember what game it was. He was upset. Just walked up to him, put his arm around him, and then you go to the flip side of that. He returned the touchdown versus UCLA, experiencing that together. So moments like that, it's super special.
Sonny, I know you always had every team really wants to improve on defense. How could you help?
Yeah, that meeting was awesome. Coach Harbaugh was great. Coach Bush was great. I think the way I can improve the run defense, I think just being in the middle, with this past year, when I was playing Mike this past year, I felt like I had a great feel for what was coming, the way I studied the game. I thought I showed physical hands on film, physical strike. I thought I showed some sure tackling this past year for the most part. So just coming in the building, earning the trust of the guys in front of me. You gotta make sure the defense line in front of you trusts you. Earning the trust of the guys in the room, earning the trust of the guys behind me, and then being able to command the defense if I was called to be the Mike.
Sonny, who would you say is the next guys up on the defensive side of the ball for Ohio State?
I would say first, Peyton Pierce. He's a guy. He's very smart, very physical. He showed his physicality from the jump as soon as he got here as a freshman. He's very comfortable, in terms of in the box, whether it be counter or anything like that, because he was so used to it coming out of Texas. A lot of guys get out of college and they've never seen counter OY or counter OT, things like that. He was used to that. And he showed up early, and I think he's gotten more comfortable, and he's going to take a huge step this year.
Sonny, what's it like to be evaluated? The Panthers need a linebacker. What's it like to be evaluated by a GM who's played middle linebacker for a long time, Pro Bowler?
Yeah, it was awesome. He was in there asking some good questions to me, so that was an awesome experience. I thought that meeting went really well, so it was a good time.
How different is it, though, to be evaluated by somebody who kind of thinks like you?
Yeah, it was interesting. You could tell he played. Obviously, I knew his history already, but you could tell by the way he was asking questions and asking about eye progression and things like that.
What did you know about him?
I just knew he played, and I knew he was good. I didn't know where he played and what team it was. I just knew he played, and I knew he was good.
Sonny, did you meet with Washington at all?
Yes.
Anything stick out about that? Anything about their defense and how you would fit?
Didn't really get particularly into how it fit the defense, but I thought the meeting went really well. Just kind of watching my film, asking questions, things like that. I thought it was a good meeting.
What would you add to? What can you most add to the defense?
I think it depends what defense I go to, but I think for any defense, I'm gonna bring some versatility to the room. I'm gonna bring some intelligence to the room. I'm gonna bring physicality to the room, and I'm gonna bring consistency to the room.
Sonny, how would you describe your leadership? How do you lead?
I think first and foremost, I lead by example. I show up and do the right thing every day. Try and lead guys in the right direction. Second, I'm a big relationship guy. I like to build relationships with my teammates. And then when things go wrong, you're able to have a conversation with them, and you gotta have that relationship, so you're able to talk.
Considering how high you're projected to go, Sonny, how confident are you that when a team drafts you to be a difference maker in year one, that you can be that guy as a rookie?
Yeah, I think no matter what pick I go, I do believe I can make a difference, whatever that role may look like. So for me, whatever club I get to, figure out what my role is and just be a champion at that role. And I think all that takes is just being consistent, showing up and working hard each and every day.
What do you want teams to know about you when you do meet with them this week?
A lot of teams, I think they want to know, or at least I want to show them that I'm aware of like what I need to get better at. I want to show them I'm an intelligent football player. Like I'm not just a guy that's just out there running and hitting. Like that's part of the game too. But you got to be a smart football player, especially in the NFL. And then be able to talk about, like I said earlier, I think I'm a very versatile linebacker. I think I can do a lot for a defense from that second level.
What would be intriguing about? Would you compare the NFL players that you watch or anyone that on film that you're like, that looks like my guy?
Yeah, I don't study this guy, but I admire his game. So I actually got two players. I really like the way Fred Warner plays. Former safety in college. He's obviously a very athletic guy. Plays Mike with 49ers. He does such a good job. Sideline to sideline. Run in the middle, whatever it may be. He's come down physical. You can see he's a smart football player by the way he anticipates the game. And then another one in the past, I always admired was Luke Kuechly. Similar frame. He's about 6'3", 245 as well. Super good athlete. And I think he was such a good athlete that, he was so smart that people forgot he was such a great athlete. And that's kind of what I want for myself. I think I'm a great athlete, but I want my football intelligence to stick out more than my athleticism.
A lot of people have been making the Fred Warner comp. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't mind it. He's a great player, one of the best linebackers in the NFL, so I don't mind the competition at all.
Sonny, did you ever...
Look at his game and go, hey, if you can get there doing that, then maybe I can follow.
Yeah, I'm not going to say if he can get there doing that, because he did a lot. It's not easy, but I think the way he played the game, like when you watch videos of him calling out plays, like he spent so much time studying on the game. So that's something I plan on doing as well. I want to get to that level. Like you said, you got in the Hall of Fame. That's a goal of mine. So it's going to take a lot of work to get there, but just got to start one step at a time.
Sonny, what is the best?
Yeah, I feel comfortable calling plays. I think the comfortability level just comes with spending time. If I know what I'm doing and everyone else knows what I'm doing, there's no stress with it.
Outside of Peyton Pierce, who are some of the other guys coming up in that linebacker room that you're excited about?
Riley Pettyjohn, super athletic guy, has great rush ability, great bend, but he's also really good off the ball. Just a young guy. He's working his way up, and I'm super excited to see him.
Sonny, with Coach Patricia being a former NFL coach, how did that prepare you for this stage here?
Awesome. Coach Patricia is a huge help. The way he taught the defense, a lot of these rooms I go in, it's similar terminology, so they understand what I'm saying, things like that. Even in this process of training for this moment in the combine, him hopping on Zoom calls with all of us, taking us through what a meeting's gonna look like. He's been such a great help.
Sonny, what is the best trait you bring as a football player?
Best trait. I think I would say versatility. I think I would say that because the great defenses you look at, there's at least 2 to 3 guys on the defense that can play a multitude of roles. Like, for example, a different position this year with the Seahawks, Nicky Ward. He's a versatile player. And I think when you have guys like that on your defense, you're able to do a lot of different things as a coordinator.
Sonny, did you ever talk with Coach Patricia about trying?
With Jordan from the Bills at Ohio State. You had any conversation with him about this process and maybe
I talked to Jordan right before I left for the combine. He's awesome. He was an awesome player at Ohio State. But just talking to him, he's just telling me to be myself. No need to stress about it. Be yourself. Go in the meetings. Be confident. I definitely wouldn't mind linking back up with him. That's my guy right there.
Sonny, did you ever talk with Coach Patricia about trying to get more pass rush opportunities last year? And what do you think that would have looked like? What do you think the upside is?
Yeah, I didn't really mind. I think we were putting guys in positions to do what they were best at. On third down, if you want to take Arvell and let him rush, that's what he's best at. It makes sense. You want to put me in the coverage, that makes sense. So I didn't mind at all. Honestly, he probably wanted me to rush a little bit more. I told him, Coach, whatever you want me to do, it doesn't matter to me.
Sonny, insight on Peyton McDonald.
one more last question.
Give me some insight on Kate McDonald.
I think Caden McDonald's a monster. I think whatever team drafts him, they're getting a great player. I think when you have a nose tackle like that in the middle, be able to stuff the run. He's hold double teams really well. If guys are trying to climb to him, he's going to make plays. So he's going to make a defense coordinator really happy.
Make your job easier.
Yes, sir, definitely.